Okay, we are live on Facebook. Hello, everybody. Hello. Thank you so much for being here today. We are so happy to see you. Thank you so much, Dom, for the great background music as we were coming in the room. And I want to welcome everybody to another day in the Daily Antidote of Song as we rapidly approach our 365th day of singing together and getting ready to move into our second year of singing together. Who would have ever believed this when we started, right? I want to welcome Dom Flemons in the room and Steve Winnick, our host for the day from the American Folklife Center at the Library of Congress. I want to thank Aaron Geyer and Katie Abadou for jointly operating our tech platform today. Thank you so much, gang. And I want to welcome everybody, the folks out on Facebook Live. Hello. And everybody in this room. Deli, hello. Nice to see you. Doug in Vermont. Nora, hi. Great to have you back in here again. Nora sang with us once before, and we already know she's coming back. Arlene, thank you so much for being here today from California. Dennis from the Ubuntu Choir Network in British Columbia. Sheila in Florida. Alan in Maryland. Sue in California. Hello, Gay. Nice to see you. Sarah in Texas. Dan in Virginia. Hello, Annette in California. Susan in Ohio. Karen in Utah. Hello, Birdie in Wisconsin or Michigan. I forget, I'm sorry. And Kathleen in Albuquerque. Nice to see you. Rick and Mariana, nice to have you guys in here from Vermont. Rick Palieri, also one of our regular song leaders. Kathy in Virginia, hello. Susan, nice to see you. Renata in Wisconsin. Greg, nice to have you with us today. I think you might be new. Glad you joined us. Rick and Donna, also maybe new. Glad you've joined us today. Candace, hello. And Kay Calloway, Busy Graham, Carpe Diem Arts, Bonnie in Idaho. Brian, hello. Sandy in the Yukon, Mabel in Mass. Pete in Florida, glad you're back. Anne, nice to see you. Storm in Mass. Kevin in New Hampshire. Alex in Tokyo. Whoa, he's back. We haven't seen you in a while. We're so glad. We don't get to see Alex very much because it's like 2 a.m. where he is right now. We're so glad you've joined to see Dom. Hello, Jim in New York, Janet in Georgia, Suzanne, great to see you, Deborah in Kentucky, Lynn in Connecticut, Doreen and Carol and Janet and Peter in Toronto, Lisa in Indiana, Fred in Maryland, Tom in BC, Jane in Pennsylvania. Deep breath, everybody, because I need one. Barbara, it's great to see you, and Harriet in Chicago, and Gary and Christy in Mass, Carolyn in Idaho, Dion in Mass, and Jan in Illinois. Bob in Tucson, hello. Might be new to us today, I'm not sure. Martha in Oregon, hello. And to all the folks off video today, we are so glad you've joined us. So happy that we've got so many folks in the room ready to sing along with Dom. And I am just gonna say a few quick things. One, the lyrics will be in the chat for the fabulous song we're singing today. Please stick around for the post discussion because we're gonna have a lot of really great song discussion, more in-depth, more historical, because as part of the American Folklife Center Archive Challenge Week, we are lucky to have Steve Winnick, who is a folklorist and has a body of knowledge that is completely fabulous. And also my email is in the chat. If you are new to us, please be in touch. Let me know how you found us, where you're coming from, and whether or not you want to be on our daily antidote email list. Deep breath again, let's go. Steve, I am turning it over to you. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Joe. Hi, everyone. I'm Steve Winnick. I am a folklife specialist at the American Folklife Center at the Library of Congress. And I want to welcome you all to our 4th day of our Archive Challenge partnership. It's our 3rd partnership week on the Daily Antidote of Song. So thanks for joining us, everyone. And we really want to thank Washington Revels and Carpe Diem Arts for hosting this fabulous program, the Daily Antidote of Song. And, you know, Joe mentioned my body of knowledge, but one of the great things about this crowd is that we're working with so many people with great bodies of knowledge, and that applies to Dom too, whom I'll talk about in a second. But I do have the privilege of working in the largest folklore archive in the US and possibly the largest in the world, certainly one of the largest in the world. And because I'm both an archive nerd and a musician myself, we love to find great songs and tunes, and we sometimes feel like, the kids in the candy store, right? Because we are there with all the stuff. And so we wanted others to have that experience too. And we had the idea of inviting artists directly to research our collections and find a song or tune that really inspires them, and then make their own version of that song, to interpret it or arrange it in their own way and add their own feeling to it. Really, what they get out of the song, they can then put back into it. And we called that program the Archive Challenge. And we've been running archive challenges since 2015, both at the Library of Congress and at folk music conferences. And now, during the pandemic, we're running them from home, and we call it the At-Home Archive Challenge. And we'll explain more about how you can participate in that after Dom sings his song. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about Dom Flemons. So I mentioned that we've been doing this since 2015, and the very first iteration of this was at the Folk Alliance conference in that year. And we called it the Lomax Challenge because that was Alan Lomax